Hey y'all, it's Betsy with Happily Ever After, etc. and welcome back to another garden video. So today I am doing a long-awaited, for me, maybe not for you, video planting some fruit trees. So I have been looking for several years, ever since Laura with Garden Answer planted a small patio peach tree in a pot for my very own patio peach tree. And last fall, I finally found one. She is beautiful. She is a Bonanza patio peach. And of course, the allure of something like this is that she is small enough to plant in a pot, which is what we're doing today. So I picked this baby up last fall. And in my best case scenario, I would have planted her last fall because, of course, fall is your best time to plant any kind of tree or shrub, but life imploded and that didn't happen. So we are planting her today. Spring is still a good time to plant her, and I want to get her out of her nursery pot into a larger pot. Ideally, you don't want to go more than a couple inches larger than your root ball, but for something like this, where she's going to be in this pot theoretically for the rest of her life, you want to have a decent enough pot. She's not going to outgrow it anytime soon. So I think this is a good compromise. I think it's going to be a good sized pot for her now. If at some point in the future she fills up the entire pot with roots, then we will go ahead and move her to a bigger pot then. But for now, I think this is a good pot. Most fruit trees want full sun all the time. So I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to keep it here in the shade of my little Vigo garden bed, or I'm going to move it to the side. I haven't plumbed the water for over here from my drip system, so I'm just kind of playing around. I know I want it to go over here. It only, excuse me, it only gets shade in the late afternoon. It's currently about 4 o'clock, so you know, even for things that want full sun, typically don't mind a little afternoon shade here in Alabama. So we're going to plant her in this big pot. I also have a crabapple tree. Now this is not a miniature tree. It will not live in this pot forever. It is actually, you know, a smaller crabapple, but it is still going to get 10-15 feet tall and wide. And so eventually I either will have to plant it in the ground, really keep it limbed up, move it to a bigger pot, find someone else who wants a crabapple tree. But it is only a 1 gallon pot plant right now. I actually got it last year. Again, got a bunch of stuff at the end of last year before my life imploded, from the forestry department's Arbor Day celebration at the Botanical Gardens. And so it was a bare root plant. It is now in a 1 gallon can. And so, you know, short of putting it in the ground, which we're not doing, it's too little to go even in a big pot. So I'm going to put it in this smaller pot here. And maybe in a year or two, depending on how her roots do, we will keep up potting her. If she outgrows a whole pot eventually. There's a teeny tiny little weird caterpillar on here. We probably don't want that. She may have to go live at my mom's house where trees can go in the ground. I'm not 100% sure if this leader is still alive since the leaves are stuck in here. But today we're just going to get them planted, fertilized, watered, and then we will keep an eye on them. So there you go. This one should be pretty easy because she should come right out. Oh yeah, see? She's only been in this pot since last fall. Like I said, she was bare root. So honestly, she doesn't even really have super awesome great roots to be up potted from this size. We definitely don't want to go any bigger. So here we go. Give her a little fertilizer. We need to go get more fertilizer. And then I've got a bag of soil behind behind me to come in and fill in. She may be in this pot for a year or two if that's all the roots she has. This guy flowered beautifully this spring, and as you can see, I have a handful of peaches growing right now. I'm so excited to actually see what they do, and that hopefully I can eat them, right? Oh, she got roots coming out the bottom. That's a good sign. I'm gonna have to maybe cut that off to get this out of here. So let me grab my pruners and some more fertilizer. Never prepared. All right, take two. All right, very careful. I've been waiting to do this for so long. I'm excited just to have them in pots. Now we don't want to cover the very base of the trunk where it's going into the soil. So that one needs to be the top of our new soil level. We don't want to put new potting soil inches above that stem. That is the quickest way to rot the crown of your plant. All right, don't worry, we have another bag of soil, but let's use what's left in this one first. It's not much. base of that plant, keeping the crown of the stem, of the trunk of what will be our tree soil free. All right, let me go get that other bag of soil. Take 3. As always, make sure you are firming in your soil so you don't have any air pockets around your plant. I will water these in really well with my hose so that they settle into their pots and so they get a nice long drink. I will have them, like I said, hooked up to drip so they will be watered every single morning, especially with our hot sun here. Once they're established, they may not need water every single morning, but things like peaches create a lot of water to create your fruit. So in this kind of climate, they always may need water at least once or twice a week, if not every morning. Something you'll have to kind of keep an eye on and see how they're doing. But especially for the first year, water every day. Also, something I did at the beginning when y'all weren't here with me before I brought my pots down is I made sure both pots had drainage holes at the bottom, and I will probably pop up both pots on pot feet so that they can drain really well. While we want them to be watered, we do not want them sitting in water. So there we go. I'm going to bring y'all in a little closer just so you can see, at the very least, our peach tree. The crabapple isn't too much to look at just yet, but I am excited to have it. The peach is definitely the star of the show, and I am very excited to have that one. Either way, thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Our little crabapple and our peaches. I am so excited about this. She's going to be so cute, so cute.